look at me, scruffy. Well, hello again for the second time. Yeah, because still wearing the same outfit. Yeah, same outfit, same beads, same everything, same me, same old whinge. Let's see who's first in today. I've got my coffee. I've got my crochet. What more can I want? What more can I want? Let's see who's going to be numero uno today. Will it be? It's Lizzie. That's it. No, that Lizzie, I think that's the first time you've ever been number one. It's usually Nathan or Linda, or sometimes it's Eva. So it's the first time you've been number one, Lizzie. Hiya, Sophie. Have you got your internet sorted out, my love? Because I know you've been missing for a couple of weeks. You've been missed. You have been missed. You got it all sorted now, love. Oh, it's blooming awful here. It's slashing it down with rain. It's horrible, miserable weather. Oh, good show, good show, good show. How's the weather? Don't ask. It's lashing it down with rain. It's dreadful. It's terrible. It's horrible, awful. And we don't want to talk about it because it makes me depressed. Hi, Esther. Well, you know, clocking on, or clogging on, as my dad used to say. Clogging on. We don't want to talk about it. Oh, go on, rub it in, Lizzie, rub it in. My son keeps telling me it's 34 degrees in Spain, and I'm like, up yours, yeah, thank you. And I'm here shivering. I've got my heat pad on my back because, you know, it's one of them weeks. I'm very weather, how can I put it? Everything's worse when it's raining, let's just say. My pain's worse, everything's worse. I feel miserable, everything. Hi, Linda. Happy birthday to Linda from yesterday. Happy birthday to Linda. She's 21 again. She's one of the birthday girls. The other birthday girl, sadly, won't be with us. It's Val. She had a very, very bad fall on Wednesday and she's fractured her shoulder. So she's in a great deal of pain and she just messaged me saying, sorry, Jen, I don't think I'm going to make it to the live, yeah? So we'll wish her happy birthday in her absence, yeah? Yeah. Linda, of course, is 21 again, but we won't say how many agains. It's not polite to ask a lady her age, is it? You know what I mean? We'll stay with 21, Linda, right? Okay. It's the same with Val. She's 21, and a few 20. Well, not a few 21s, but you know what I mean. Hi, Connie. Yeah, we're celebrating Linda's birthday and Val's birthday, but unfortunately Val's not here because she's fractured her shoulder. She can't knit, she can't crochet, so she's miserable. Miserable. Oh, it's terrible. And we might not have Julie because she's been to a wedding and I think she messaged me and said her phone was on 1%, so until it gets charged up, she can't watch us. Hello, Yarnivorous, whoever thou may be. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome. You fell down too? Well, Val, she was going to get her I think it was her great-grandchildren, not her grandchildren. I think it's her great-grandchildren. She was picking them up from school. Oh, you're Enid. You're trying to confuse me, Enid, aren't you, by changing your name again? She was going to get the children from school anyway, and then don't ask me how she managed to do it, but she tripped. And she put her arm up to save herself, but landed heavily on her shoulder, and it's her right shoulder. So she can't even do any crocheting or anything. Hey, Nathan. You're not as much interest as me, Linda. Although I wish I had some interest, you know. Not that kind of interest, not that interest, but, you know. Would be nice. It's been a miserable, miserable week. I've not been out the door hardly. I managed to get to one knit club on Wednesday, but it's only just sort of round the corner. And I managed to get to the little, I keep calling it the corner shop, and it's not, the non-corner shop. I managed to get there to get some bread. But apart from that, I've not stirred out the door. It's been that dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And they keep telling us we've got a drought. I don't know how come. It'll be the wrong kind of rain, won't it, you know? Like it's the wrong kind of snow, the wrong kind of leaves on the track when the trains stop running. Right, Janet, what are you doing? Will you watch what you're doing, girl? Right. 2, 4, 6, 8. I've only got 9 there. That's why. How come I've only got 9 there? Oh, do you know, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. I'd be dangaroos if I had a brain. 2, 4, 6. I've only got 9 and I should have 10. I'll have to fudge it. I'll have to fudge it. It'll just be a different hole. If you pardon the expression. I'm doing a virus show, so I don't think one more gap will make much difference, will it? I'm not pulling 2 rows back. I'm not in that frame of mind to pull 2 rows back. So, what are we all doing today? We've got Sophie back again. She was having trouble with the internet, so now she's back again. We did miss you for a couple of weeks, yeah. I have a no brain day every blooming day. Mine's old age. What's your excuse? You're not as old as me. A brain fart a day. I don't call them brain fades. I call them brain farts, yes. Yes. And where's the biscuits and the cake, Linda? Have you fetched it for us all? You know, little tot to go with your birthday, yeah? A bit of cake, yeah? She got a cake bought for her the other day when she was in Blackpool. Oh, that's nothing fresh for me, Sophie. I have to look at my computer to see what day it is. I do, honestly. I wake up and I'm convinced it's one day, you know. And I think to myself, no, it's not. With not going out this week, it made it worse because normally I know what day it is by what I'm doing that day. And because I didn't go out. Oh, I don't know how many rows. I just keep on going till I run out of wool. I'm using one of those yarn art flowers, like what they call them, cakes. So I'm just going to carry on until I run out of cake. Not that kind of cake that Linda's eating, but this kind of cake, yeah. It starts off like a deep rosy pink, sort of almost red, really. Then it goes down to another pink, and it goes to another pink, and now I've gone to grey. I had my cake on. It wasn't a birthday cake, Linda. It was an Eccles cake, and that's not the same thing. Excuse me. It's not the same thing as a bit of birthday cake. I'm not knocking it, but, you know, it wasn't red velvet like she had on. She had red velvet. Yeah. And some cream, I noticed. Yeah. Still, never mind. Yeah, I'm onto the grey bit now. Then it goes on to sort of almost black, really, at the bottom. I can't pick my cake up because it's all disintegrated. If I pick it up, it'll go into a tangle. So I'll have to. It's been in a tangle twice already today. It came out in a big lump and then it went into a bath. Oh, listen to the rain. It's still absolutely hammering it down. I've just checked my garage door before I set off my video, and it's still down. Hopefully lassoing it with a bungee cord to my scooter has worked. Yeah. All right, rub it in, Linda. It was delicious, was it? Rub it in. Yeah. Windy. Whew. I told you it blew my garage door open. So now it's bungee corded to my scooter. So if it gets windy, it's going to blow the door open and take the scooter with it, isn't it? Or maybe the bumper off the scooter. I don't know. Yeah. It was ice cream and white chocolate drizzle. All right, rub it in. Hi, Mimi. Yeah, I can get a food delivery, but I always spend too much when I do that. I'm trying to economise because I've got to find £400 for my teeth October the 9th. So, I'm trying to economise with my food. So there'll be quite a lot of eggs and baked potatoes in my diet for the next couple of weeks, yeah. I'm not going out the door unless I have to, Sophie. I'm miserable when it's weather like this. I'm absolutely miserable. I know I've got a mobility scooter and I know it's got a top on, but I still get wet and cold. And I am absolutely horrendously miserable when I'm wet and cold. I'm not the best chirpy person in the winter anyway, but I'm definitely not a chirpy person when I'm wet and cold, yeah. In fact, I've got a dress on today, and just before I started this, I went and put my pyjama pants on underneath my dress. That's how cold it is. And I've got socks on. And I've got my blanket, got my yellow blanket here. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I tell you. I do eat beans on toast, but yeah, it's not my favourite, yeah. I know I bought for you by a gentleman. That's all right, isn't it? Linda's got a gentleman who bought her a cake. Aldi's all right. It's a bit limited. I don't know whether we've only got a small Aldi. Maybe we have. But it doesn't have the choice of stuff like that Morrison's do, you know? It's limited with, well, limited as far as I'm concerned, let's just say. Maybe I'm awkward. Maybe I want to buy things that don't exist in Aldi, yeah. Hiya, Chris. Hiya, Sandra. Things I'm looking for aren't there in Aldi. In fact, sometimes I have to order things online, yeah. It's not a very big Aldi. Cleveland is not a very big place. It's not a very big Aldi. I didn't have a big Aldi when I lived in Prestwich either. If I went somewhere else, the Aldi was, because we never had the wool um, in Prestwich. We never had any wool. All this, oh, I must get to Aldi for the wool. I believe they've got it now. I've got an itchy head. I've not got nits. You're all right. Smoldy, yeah. It's just smoldy. So, yeah, you never got any wool. All these people who rushed to Aldi to get the wool and that, we never had any. If I wanted wool from Aldi, I used to have to go to Middleton. Yeah, mind I had a car back in the day then, so. But I can't say I've ever bought much wool from Aldi, really. Because even at Middleton, if you didn't get there on the day they put it out, there was never anything left. Oh dear. I mean, I noticed when Amara did her video, there didn't seem to be an awful lot of if you'd have wanted, say, 10 balls or something, it didn't look as though there was an awful lot of it. There was like ones and twos and threes, weren't there? Yeah. Are we getting rain? It's thumping it down here, thumping it down here. It's never stopped all week. Well, it stopped for about an hour or two here and there. I managed to knit club on Wednesday. Yeah. You're going too oldie. If there's any, there won't be any wool left there, Linda. It'll all be gone by then. It went out on Thursday. You know what they're like. The gannets will be got. You have to be there. What is it? Be there or be spare or something, yeah. Oh, it's never stopped all week. Did you get that awful weather at weekend? It blew my garage door open. It was awful. Was it Sunday? Thumped it down. Absolutely thumped it down. My back is itchy. I don't know why. Oh, excuse me, people, but I can't cope with an itchy back. Oh, I keep thinking it's me. What do you call it? My shower gel. Pontoons. I need more than pontoons. Luckily, before all this weather started, I did a big shopping at Morrison's, if you remember, yeah. It's moderate. I wouldn't say it's good. It's sort of cheapish acrylic, really, is most of what it is. I suppose it's good value for what it is, yeah. I wouldn't say it's good wool. It's just bargain basement stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I've got a sponge on a stick that I keep forgetting to use, actually. I should hang it in the bathroom, shouldn't I? Then I'll remember to use it. I do have very, very dry skin. Yeah, very dry skin. Ever since the mental pause, you know, which was a long time ago in my case. I was only 33. So I've had very dry skin ever since then. It's funny because when I was young, oh God, I had terrible, terrible oily skin. I had the kind of hair I had to wash it every day because it looked like I'd spread grease on it. And then all of a sudden you get to the mental pause and everything changes, doesn't it? Yeah. Nathan and Chris will have no idea what we're talking about. Well, they do know what we're talking about, but they don't know the problems we ladies have to put up with. Oh, the rain is now lashing on the... It's lashing on the conservatory roof and now it's lashing on the window, yeah. Oh, I've got a terribly itchy back, yeah. Oh, dearie me. Well, I finished off my shawl, you know, the multicoloured one. I finished it off and then I thought, it doesn't look right, this. Doesn't look right. I thought, what have I done? It's not right. Whoops, a daisy, I'm trying to get it without knocking anything. No, I've knocked it on the floor, my book. Finished it all off. Then I found out I hadn't carried on increasing. I'd gone straight. So instead of finishing up with it should have gone out like that. It's now turned into a cape. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. And now I've dropped my crochet hook and it's gone all the way under there. Now I need my back scratcher to get it back again. Because I can't bend. I can't bend on a good day, and on a bad day, I definitely can't bend. Here we go, here we go. Oh, jeez. And my grabber's in the bedroom. Oh, sugar bush. That was painful. Oh. Whenever you go onto Pinterest. Oh, hiya, Shadow. Sorry, I was down on my hands and knees trying to get my crochet hook back. It's wooden and it's come from one of the Eastern European countries I sent away for it from. And now it's got in a knot. Oh, what the heck has happened to it there? Oh, there we are. So it's wooden, all wooden. It took weeks for it to come, but I really like it because it goes with the Bacardi. I'm trying to chirp myself up today. Trying to chirp myself up. Wearing something bright is trying to help me because I've been feeling a bit. You've got the hair and the skin. I used to have that hair and skin like that. Like I've been dipped in oil. Washing my hair every blooming day. If I brushed it too much, it went greasy anyway. But now it's, well, when you get to the menopause, Nathan, well, stop laughing. You've only got half a tooth. 80 degrees. Oh, shush. It's wind warning is in effect. Oh, that's great, isn't it? I hope my garage door doesn't blow open because it might take my scooter with it. Yeah. Or it might take the bumper off my scooter because that's what it's fastened to. What have I done with my pills? Oh, God. I'm on my tablets. On my painkillers. I hate taking painkillers, but what do you have to do? You have to take them or suffer. I got me wobbly eyes. Little wobbly eyes. The sew-on ones, though, because I'm making one of those. Oh, I can't show you because my handbag's in the other room. My friend made some little owls, and they're like, I call them a handbag charm or a key ring or something like that. I promised I'd make some bits and bats for the church fair, which is in November. So we haven't had autumn. We've gone straight into winter. I swear we have. Oh, God, I feel miserable when I can hear the rain. I always know it's raining because I always start to shiver. I don't know what it is. I looked it up on Google and it's a known thing, actually. Hello, Dotty Dolly. It's a known thing. Apparently, it lowers something in the air when it rains, and that's why you feel cold. Yeah. Oh, they're not working on me this week. I think it's the weather, but we don't want to go into that. I'm just waiting for them to refer to me to the pain clinic again. Distract yourself, they said to me last time I went. Yeah, okay, fine, I'll do that. Yeah, I do that anyway. I've got my heat pad on today, Chris, so, and I've got my blanket wrapped round me, and I've got my pyjama pants underneath my frock. Apart from that, all right. Oh dear. What was it my son said? If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Yeah. Oh dearie me. It's lottery day. Keep your fingers crossed for me. It's lottery day. It's bucketing down with rain there as well, is it? Oh God. Seems to be everywhere, doesn't it? It stops for about an hour here. I mean, the other day it was lashing down with rain and the sun was shining. And I'm looking all over for a blooming rainbow, but I couldn't find it. Couldn't find the rainbow anywhere. Oh, I'm trying to cheer myself up. You know, I'm a very colour person. If I'm wearing, that's why I can't wear beige or grey because it depresses me completely. I was quite upset because I bought myself a heated throw and I thought I was ordering an orange one, and when it come it was grey. Yeah, it's wooden. It's come from handmade, I think, from Czechoslovakia or somewhere like that. Ukraine, one of them places, yeah. I ordered it on eBay. It cost me a lot, actually. And I waited weeks for it to come. I thought, oh, I've been scammed. Anyway, eventually it arrived, yeah. It's one of my favourites, yeah. So I've got a dark dress on, so I thought, oh, cheer myself up, yeah. Cheer myself up. So I've got my bright coloured cardigan. Too hot to cook. Well, make something smaller then. Make a doily or something. Do something small. I don't crochet blankets, as you know, but I've got one on that I made. I made myself this one for on my scooter. But then I bought myself like a waterproof thing with a furry underneath it. So then I didn't need this blanket. But it comes in very handy. Although I've got my heated one now. It's blooming hot, that heated one, I tell you. I need to work out, though, how many pennies it costs me. Well, I've got a lovely one. It opens up. I bought it off Amazon. And it holds them all in sizes, yeah. Yeah. Treating myself to it. I won't be treating myself to anything at the moment, though, because I've got to save up for me these teeth. Oh, geez. Makes me mad when certain people come into this country on a rubber dinghy, get free teeth. But that's another matter, isn't it? You're not allowed to say anything. Otherwise, we're accused of being racist. Free speech, ha ha. We don't have free speech in this country. We're not allowed to open those gobs. You crochet hook organizer. I bought one. It's lovely actually. It's got elastics. It's got a bit in the middle. It holds them all. Yeah. You're going to Eon. One of those. Yeah, I know. I'd, I'd be puncturing them rubber bolts before they landed. The Greek had the right idea, didn't they? Pushed them all back out to sea. Oh, you're going to come on a dinghy, are you? Right, okay. Yeah, you get hotels, you get free teeth, you get everything when you come on a dinghy. I'm going to go out to sea and come back on a dinghy. I might get an NHN dentist then. I mean, they wonder why our teeth are going to pot. We can't afford it. Oh, they came back again, did they? Yeah, the persistent little buggers, aren't they? No, I didn't buy any. I could do with buying my teeth. I can't afford to go to Turkey, so I can't get turkey teeth, can I? Man, if I went to Turkey with any money for turkey teeth, I'd come back with a load of wool and still won't have my teeth done. Yeah, you're going to Cornwall. Woo! Can't be bad. I haven't been anywhere for a long, long time. I like Devon and Cornwall. Warmer down there. Yeah, I wouldn't be buying my teeth if I went to Turkey. I'm still waiting for all of you to save up for my ticket. to take me to Turkey. Yeah, Cornwall, yeah. I like Cornwall, I like Devon. It's all right to live down there, I think, if you've got loads of money and you've got a car. Sadly, it's a bit lacking in public transport, I believe me. My sister-in-law's sister lives in a beautiful place down there, but no public transport, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Devon cream teas. I think, is it Devon or is it Cornwall? They argue. Devon and Cornwall argue who puts the jam on first or whether they put the cream on first. And it's kind of a thing, that if you get a cream tea. Yeah, well, it'll get like that in England soon. Well, in UK, I should say, not just England. With no NHS dentists. Well, we do have them, but you can't get one. You don't get any help. He says to me, the dentist, you've got no back teeth. That's why you're wearing the front ones down. I said, well, I've got no back teeth because I couldn't afford to have any root canal fillings. So when they got bad, I had to have them taken out. He said, oh, right. Well, they wanted about 300 and something for a root canal. Well, I think pensioners have got 300 and odd quid from. They've got to be joking. There is a new post in a group that you have interacted with. Well, thank you very much for telling me. It's got to be that way in a bit. It's back to the old days, before we had the NHS, isn't it? Where only rich people could get a doctor and only rich people could have operations and teeth and stuff. Yeah. Back to the old days again. I don't at the moment because I've acquired all that wool hunter that I got the other week. I still haven't crocheted any of it up yet, so I mean, poor Val, she's in the middle of crocheting a sweater. For those of you who weren't here when I made the announcement, Val, who comes on here, whose birthday it is today, fell very, very heavily on Wednesday and she's fractured her shoulder. So she's miserable because she can't knit or crochet or do anything. And she's in a lot of pain, yeah. So, oh God, I mean, I was only about a week when I had my hand, my carpal tunnel done. And I was miserable. I was trying to read. And the worst of it was, I think I hadn't had my eyes raised then, had I? I don't think I could see properly because my glasses weren't working because I had cataracts. So I was in a bad way. Couldn't read. Couldn't see what was on the well, I could see the telly, but I couldn't read the bits underneath, yeah. Yeah, I fractured or broke my collarbone here. And it's never been right since. I don't like to tell that to Val, but it's not been right since. I've got a hump. Not a dowager's hump, I've got a hump. I've got one shoulder with a hump on it. It's a lot shorter, that shoulder, than this one. Never mind. What's for dinner? I don't know. What are you making for dinner, Chris? Well, it's Linda's birthday and she's not got us any cake. She's in the naughty corner. Well, touching wood, I've not had that. It's about the only thing I've not had done. And I don't want it, thank you, so don't pass it on. Don't you have to have lifts and things in your shoes for that? To relieve the pressure. Yeah, I'm onto the grey bit now. It goes into black, well, almost black actually. I don't know whether I'm going to put the black at the bottom. Not sure. Whether to stop when I, get to the end of the grey. Hi, Gillian. Welcome to the fold. We're all a bit nutty on here. You don't have to mind. A hot arch heel padded support. Ooh, no, thankfully I've not had that. I've known people who've had it and it is painful. But no, I don't wish pain on anybody. I've got enough of it myself. Don't want it on anybody else. Oh, Janet, what have you done? You've just made a bee of this. Of course, I've gone wrong. Luckily, it's crochet. That's the thing about crochet. If you go wrong, you've only got one stitch to salvage, haven't you? If it's knitting, you've got to pull the whole roll back. Oh, you just had breakfast. Not in for dinner. Breakfast oatmeal, poached egg on toast, smashed avocado, melted cheese, scallions. My goodness me, I wouldn't be able to eat all that, Chris. Oatmeal would do, that'd be me finished. I can't eat a lot. Oh, I've got itchy. I'm itchy. Even got an itchy scalp. Oh, God, what's happened here now? My Kirby grips come out. I've got no hair left. It's not funny anymore. I need a wig. 2, 3. Hi, Helen. Getting a full house today. Oh, come on. There's 36 people in the room and I've only got 19 thumbs ups. I'm going to sulk. The other week when I put a video up, there were 300 views and 32 thumbs up. I thought, oh, what does a girl have to do? Get on her hands and knees and beg. Yeah. Gravy, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans and a corn burger and a chocolate mousse pudding. Ooh. I know, I'm trying to cheer myself up, Helen. Good. I'm glad I've got your thumbs up, Dottie. Has everybody else put the thumbs up? Anybody else? Please, please, pretty please. Cake. Cake. Yeah, I was feeling a bit down and a bit what's it, so I had to put something bright on, Helen, to try and chirp myself up. I am ruled by colour. That's why you'll never see me wearing, well, don't think you've ever seen me wearing beige. Grage, as my friend calls it. That's grey and beige together, grage. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, one more, 10. It affects my mood, colour. Apparently, it's a proven thing. It's something to do with dopamine. Your brain registers colour, and that makes you feel better. So if you're living in a grey house, chuck a red cushion in there somewhere because allegedly it makes you feel better. It does me. Yeah, the greyish patrol, yeah. Yeah, it's proven fact. It's something to do with dopamine. If you know what dopamine is, it's why you feel happier in the summer. When you've got flowers and you've got colour and you've got blue sky, that's why you feel happier. And that's why you have that SAD, is because when it's winter, everything goes grey, everything goes miserable, so it brings your mood right down. What does black do? My mate wears black all the time. Never wears any other colour except black. I've got fairy lights in my garden. What do you call it? Yardin. A gar yard. I've got fairy lights there that blink and twinkle. Oh, grey's depressing. It is, let's face it. I mean, I said that on my video. Why do older people who have grey hair wear grey? Do they want to fade into the wallpaper altogether? You know, it's just, I can't understand. Maybe it's just my mentality that I like bright things. I'll be dragged into grey, kicking and screaming, I tell you. I mean, younger people can get away with grey because they've got complexions and they've got bright coloured hair. But when old dears get to the grey-haired stage and they wear grey, why? Yeah. You know. I mean, I'm very upset because I bought myself a heated throne. When it come, it were grey, and I thought I'd ordered an orange one. But when I come to look, I had ordered a grey one. So I was very depressed about that. So I've got to shut my eyes when I switch it on. I'm not a neutral person. Well, this is the worst thing, Chris, you know. I mean, when we have an overcast grey day and a pedestrian is wandering around wearing a grey coat and a grey pair of trousers, it's no wonder they get run over, is it, you know? And I cannot understand why cyclists don't wear high-vis jackets, you know? And half of the cyclists, I'm talking about pedestrian, you know, pedal cyclists, half of them don't have lights. And I'm like, are you stupid or what? You know, I'd be there with a fluorescent jacket on with flashing lights on so they could see me. It's like kids. I never understand why kids' school uniform in the winter is usually a black anorak. You know, and they've got no road sense half of the time, so they rush across the road, and then they wonder why they get run over by a car. A, they've got no road sense, and B, they're wearing dark clothes. You know, make them wear what do you call it, a flash of something luminous. But of course, it wouldn't be cool, would it? I mean, my friend, like I said, she wears black all the time. She's a goth. But I wear quite a lot of black, but then I would wear something like this over the top of the black, yeah. Yeah, glow in the dark, that'd be me. Yeah, I do have a lot of black. I've got black trousers, black sweaters, black dresses. But I use that as a base. You know, you could stick something bright over the top of black. No, my friend's still a goth. Well, she isn't a goth as in she's, well, not goth, if you know what I mean, but she still never got out of wearing black. Yeah. I mean, one week she says to me, "You've not noticed." I said, "Notice what?" She said, "You've not noticed me." She said, "I'm not wearing black." I said, "You're wearing charcoal grey. That's almost black." But she thought it was a colour. Nope, still dark. Yeah, I'll wear black. Yeah. Yeah, she thought it was a different colour, charcoal grey. Oh, dear. My ex-husband was a neutral person. Every time he chose anything, it was either sort of khaki or beige or grey, and I'm like, oh, wear a colour for goodness sake. Oh, the back's still itchy. Yeah, I do wear black. I will confess I do wear black, but I tend to chirp it up either with something bright like this, or I've got a bright cardigan on. It's very rare you see me head to toe in black. But I do think if you can't afford many clothes, to buy black as a base, black trousers, black t-shirt or black dress as a base if you can't afford many clothes. And then you can always stick something over the top. If it's only a bright scarf or something, you can always chirp it up. You like a grey day? Oh, for goodness sake, Shad. Yeah. Oh, you've not got grey hair, have you, Mimi? If you've got grey hair, please don't wear grey and beige. You'll fade in the background. We'll never see you. Yeah, no, I mean, if you're going to say, when I was starting work at first, and of course, when you come from school, you've only got a uniform. So when you start work, you've not got many clothes. And the clothes that you've got are the odd going out dress, which isn't suitable for working. So I just bought black trousers and a black skirt, that I could liven it up with a blouse and that for work. Because you have to have a uniform for work. Oh, when I worked at the job centre, blimey, you had to look miserable there. Oh, that's all right then, I'll let you. Why'd you like a grey day, Shad? Grey's miserable. It's dull. There's plenty of grey days over here, love. I like blue skies. Makes me feel better when you look out the window and you see a beautiful blue sky. I don't like it when I look out to sea and there's this foggy sea mist and it's like grey. And I mean, our seas round here are the colour of sludge, We don't have nice blue seas or anything like that. Oh, I've got an itch. It's driving me mad. Yeah, I've got quite a few pairs of black trousers, yeah. Well, it's always grey skies. Although this summer we've had a few blue skies, haven't we? We've not done too bad this summer. We actually had a bit of a summer this year. I actually got my dresses out. Actually wore some summer dresses. Although I'm ready for putting them away now. Make room in my wardrobe. I'll pack them away in a laundry bag thing and put them under me. I've got an up and over bed. I hide them under there until next summer. I won't be wearing any more strappy dresses this year by the look of things. They said we were going to have another hot spell, but I don't know where it's gone. Mind you, when Shan used to come on, she'd be saying, oh, it's so hot down here. And I'm like, who? It ain't down here. She was saying she was too hot. I think down south does get better weather than we do. Oh, why is my back so itchy? It's driving me potty. Oh, I don't like any grey days. None at all. Especially sea fog days. When you have to go up the seafront and it's grey concrete. Just grey concrete. From here to Fleetwood is grey concrete. I know, but it's nicer when it's blue skies, Shad. You got something pretty to look at, a few flowers and that. That's why I've tried to cheer me back gardening up, you know. My skin's always itchy. And I get sore skin as well. It's a sign of diabetes, I think. The skin on my hips yesterday was so sore. I kept looking to see if it was bruised, but it wasn't. Why can you not count up to 10, Janet? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. When I'm doing 10 my trebles into this space, I always have to get to 9 and then I stop. I don't know why. That's why it's got 9. Oh, that reminds me, I need the injection. I've got a sensitive, like body wash stuff. But obviously, I'm not. I'm more sensitive to that than I am to other things. Yeah. It says it's for sensitive skin. I have got very dry skin. I look as though I've got dandruff sometimes. It's so dry and flaky. Oh. It's in the family because my brother had psoriasis and I have eczema, yeah. Well, hello, Diane. One birthday girl isn't here because she's fallen and fractured her shoulder, but Linda is on. So she's the birthday girl from yesterday. But sadly, Val, the birthday girl today, is missing. She's gone to bed because she said that's the place she feels comfiest, yeah. She sent me a message to say she wouldn't be on, yeah. Oh. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate this row because I have to be counting. Yeah, she tripped and fell and landed right on her shoulder. And it's her right shoulder, so she can't do any crocheting or knitting. I'm doing another virus show. Woo. You see, on one of those cakes that Julie sent for me. It shades, it graduates. I'm onto the grey bit now. It finishes up with a very dark grey, almost black. It finishes up with. It's very fine, but I'm using a 450 hook because you can get away with a bigger hook when you're doing a shawl. It makes it drapey. If you use a tiny hook, then it's more condensed, yeah. I like my shawls to have a bit of drape with them. Because that way you can make it into a scarf because it just shunts up nice. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't often wear scarves actually though. I mean, I watch Amora, the girl who does all the videos, the lovely videos on wool fairs and that. And every time she picks something up, she'll go, "Oh, that would make a lovely scarf." And I'm thinking, how many scarves have you got? Grey days are great for fishing. Oh, gosh. You and your fishing. They fish in the sea here. I don't know whether they catch anything. And if they catch anything, I wouldn't want to eat it. Not out of this sea. It's a bit polluted, yeah. Ew. I imagine I'd have to put it straight back again. Oh, well, I'm glad you can have some of our Sandra if you want. We've got loads of it. It's beating it down here. My backyard was nearly flooded the other day because I've only got one little drain in one corner. That's the problem, you see. Everybody's doing away with the grass, putting flagstones in. This not my idea. It was like that when I bought the bungalow. So there's nowhere for the rain to go except one little drain hole. So the backyard nearly flooded the other day. I was nearly out there with my brush, shooting it down the drain. Plus the fact, the council never come round and clean the grids out like they used to. So they get blocked with silt and leaves and all was. I mean, in the good old days when we had local councils, they used to come round, sweep the roads, get rid of all the leaves. But now, you pay more for your council tax and you get nothing in return. We're probably paying for Starmer's new suit, aren't we? Oh no, he get that for free, didn't he, off his maid? Yeah, I was never meant to be born in this wet, windy weather. The stork got it wrong. It dropped me in the wrong house. 2, 4. Oh, look at that yarn bar. When you get to the end, did they buy a fizzy drink? Yeah, I've got a Coke, I think, as well. When you get to the end of a yarn cake, it goes into like a sort of, it sort of folds in on itself, and you get this barfy bit. Yeah, I think I've got a Coke in the fridge, or I've got a dandelion and burdock as well, I think. I did venture out to my non-corner shop. That's where I get me. I haven't been big shopping, you see. Well, I did go big shopping, but they didn't have any what we call it roller cola when it's not Coca-Cola, when it's just a cheap own brand. They didn't have any in Morrison's the other day. Didn't have any roller cola. Native squirrels. We used to have squirrels where in the other house. I used to have squirrels when I was in Prestwich. I had squirrels, I had badgers, I had all sorts of things, yeah. But here, not seen anything. Probably because I've got no lawn. Squirrels used to plant nuts and things and bury them in my lawn. I used to feed one squirrel, and if I didn't feed it, it used to come and bang on my patio door. Gigi wasn't a fan when the squirrel used to do that. He used to like, excuse me, you forgot me nuts. Gigi used to go ape shit. Buster never bothered. He used to think, squirrel, that was the end of it, but Gigi used to go frantic. I mean, the squirrel was probably bigger than Gigi, but it's not exactly like Gigi was like Superman, was it? It was a tiny little thing, wasn't it? It was about £5 dripping wet through. Yeah. I miss that little guy. He was a funny little thing. I've not seen his predecessors, not his predecessors. The ones they got after him, whatever they're called. They've got 2 chihuahuas now, a brother and a sister. But of course, since I moved here, I haven't seen them because they're still back in Prestwich. Maybe one day I'll get to see them. I've been listening to, these things on YouTube, like stories and that, and I've been into that Miss Marple. And it's so funny, after you've listened to a few, it's like the same dialogue, and they'll go, she was studying this, like she was studying an intricate knitting pattern. And if they say it on one story, they say it on them all. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you said that once. Let's talk about something else. And she's always knitting baby blue wool. She must be knitting it on a lot of stories, that's all I can say. And wherever she goes, she's in the middle of like a murder scene and that. She's sitting by the fire with her knitting, and I'm like, I'm sure you don't take it everywhere you go. I mean, I take everything everywhere, but she must be a really eccentric old lady. That'll be me. Well, I'm already an old lady, aren't I? I take it everywhere, especially if I go to hospital appointments. Oh, geez, you could be there for days, can't you? I once went to it was an orthopedic surgeon I had to see, and he got delayed because he was doing an operation that something had gone not wrong, but it took longer. And it was like 3.5 hours, I think. Practically crocheted a shawl while I was waiting for him. Yeah. Emmy Otter Christmas Tuck Band. I've not seen that, no. Hello. Is it Jap? Am I saying that right? Jap? Or is it said differently because it's got the two A's in the middle? Anyway, good evening to you. It sounds maybe Dutch, is it? No? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not very good with accents and names and things. You're going to correct me now and say it's completely different, aren't you? Oh dear. I wonder if the guy last week who was going to England liked it, yeah? And he said he was going to go and get some Ribena, and I said he had to get Vimto. 24689. Ooh-wee. Yeah, we always very welcome everybody. Welcome to the newcomers. I hope you all subscribe and leave thumbs up. It's sort of like a requisite that, to be a member of our gang, you've got to give me a thumbs up, yeah. Oh God, I sound like, what's he called? Do you want to be in my gang? Gary Glitter. Ooh, no, thank you. Mind, at the time we didn't know, did we? In our defence, we did not know. It is Dutch. Ah. Hey. Oh dear. I don't usually get things right, so you're lucky. You're lucky. I know, we sang Do You Want to Be in My Gang, didn't we? Because we thought it was great, yeah. What have I done here, Janet? What have you done? You've made a Wakes Week out of that, haven't you? Because you did that. Oh, what have I done? I've done something. I've done something weird. Just let me go back a bit. Something's not right. Ah, I know what I've done wrong. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not wrong. Well, I am wrong, but I'm not wrong, if you know what I mean. I'm a bit nutty. Oh, you were the guy who went to, yeah, you came with Vinto. Oh, I had a funny feeling it was you, but I thought that. And how did you find London? I've not been for years and years and years. I used to like it when I was younger and I had legs that could walk, because my goodness me, no matter how many undergrounds you take, you still got to walk miles. It's like Paris. You walk your feet off when you work. You go to Paris, don't you? Oh, I remember going to Paris when I was younger. Oh, how many? Oh, I mean, the underground system in Paris is brilliant, but flipping heck, there's still a lot of walking to do. Ooh, what was that? Next door security light just came out on. Oh yeah, I haven't been. I've not been to the West End for years and years and years. The one place I liked, I went to Stringfellows years ago, and it was oh, remember the music Chess? Well, the musical, yeah. Well, it was Chess Night at Peter Stringfellows, and we had to wear black and white to go in. You had to not only pay your money, which was very expensive even back then, but you had to dress in black and white. And my friend, well, she was my cousin. Um, she's my cousin's daughter. She's very much younger than me. She was in the Metropolitan Police down in London. Very, very pretty girl. And this bloke who'd bought her, I mean, the very, very expensive roses in Stringfield. He put about £10 for a rose. And he kept trying to give her this rose, this bloke. She wouldn't have it. She wouldn't have it. So I said, I'll have it. And I took it off him and he looked very crestfallen. Like, what's this old woman want my rose? Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's rife down there, pickpocketing. I suppose it's the same in any big city, no matter where you are. I should imagine Paris, Rome, anywhere. It's always the same. There's always somebody that's willing to run off with your stuff. And they'll do anything, won't they, except make a living. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? And I mean, it's like these young ones today that want to be influencers on TikTok and that. In my day, you wanted to have a trade or you wanted to go have a profession. Not that profession, but you wanted to make something of yourself. And now, young women, especially today, when you ask them what do they want to do, they want to be a TikTok influencer. And I'm like, well, that won't keep you going for long. You might get a couple of years of it when you're young and pretty and everything, but once your bloom starts to fade, who the heck's going to watch you then? It's not it's a sideline, isn't it? Not a job. You might make a few bob for a while, yeah. What would I influence people with? What not to do with your life? Don't make the same mistakes that I've made. I could, like I said before, I could wallpaper the wall with my things I did wrong in my life, my missed opportunities. We've all had them, haven't we? You could turn the clock back. It is fakery, isn't it? Believe it. These influencers tell her to jump off a wall, and they do. They don't realise that these influencers are only doing it to earn money. You know, and these kids who lose their lives because they do these stupid tricks that some influencer tells them to do. And that woman that was anorexic that was telling everybody to not eat this and not eat that. And I'm thinking, there's very young, vulnerable children watching these things and thinking that that's what they have to do to be popular. And, they're playing havoc with the health, aren't they? Thank goodness I didn't have any of that. I made enough mistakes on my own without anybody influencing me. Yeah, it's controversy pays money, I think. And that's what it is, isn't it? It doesn't matter what you say as long as you're in the news or you're in the top 10 or something or other. So you say things that are not true just to make controversy, yeah. It's just, it's like all this fake news and headlines, what they call it clickbait, don't they? You put this title on a YouTube thing that's clickbait, and when you actually watch it, if you get drawn into it, you don't even say anything to do with this clickbait headline they've put on. It's just to draw you in, isn't it? Oh gosh. I mean, I was lucky we didn't have a. Well, there must have been paedophiles, but there wasn't like they are. They've got access to too much stuff now, haven't they? But I mean, we just went. I mean, even my son. My son had a fantastic childhood in a way because he was never in. Yeah. Well, they don't know where it comes from half of the time, Shad. They don't know it comes from an animal or it comes out the field. They think it comes out the supermarket, don't they? They've no idea. It's like Marie Antoinette, isn't it? Let them eat cake, was it? Was it her that said that? Well, they said they haven't got any bread. They don't know. I don't think half of them recognise an animal. They wouldn't know a chicken if it come up and bit them. And I mean, they don't recognise food anyway because it's usually mushed up, smushed up, and prefabricated and whatever you call it. It doesn't look like normal meat, does it, anymore? It comes churned up in a burger. It's vaguely seen a cow. Yeah. You worry about what they're eating, don't you? At least when I was growing up, you knew what it was. You knew it was a cauliflower, you knew it was a cabbage, and you only ate vegetables when they were in season because, there was none of this force feeding the veg and stuff, imported it all. You knew what the season was because of what vegetables were available. And in the winter, it was just like cabbage, carrots, onions, and what not. There was no such thing as aubergines and broccoli and stuff like that in the winter. You just ate what was around. Seasonal veg. Should go back to that. I mean, they spray them with all sorts, don't they, just to make them travel well when they're coming from all over, yeah. Oh, yeah, try the Vimto with hot water. It's nice with hot water. My son used to say it cured all ailments when he was poorly. And he'd be lying on the bed, and he'd be about 6 or 7. And I'm saying, do you want this? Do you want that? I'll have some Vimto. Vimto makes me better. He always used to swear by it when he was a little one. Vimto was a cure-all. I must admit, when I've got a cold, that's what I have. I have Vimto with hot water. And I have a cold. Best thing ever. Look at this. See what I mean? It just goes into... And it's so fine, it's hard to get the knot undone. A tomato tree. Where do you think it grew on a tree? Yeah, it's best thing ever for colds, Vimto. Right, I think it's come apart. My son had a job once at the water treatment, in other words, the sewerage works. And all around everywhere, there was great big tomatoes growing everywhere. And Arian was saying, well, nobody wants to eat them. Oh, yeah, Vimto. I don't know why it's called Vimto. It's not wine or anything, Vimto. It's a mixture of all kinds of dark fruits. But the recipe is secretly guarded, yeah. Yeah, he said there were tomatoes everywhere, all around the sewerage work. Well, when you think about it, when you eat tomatoes, you eat the seeds as well, don't you? So where do they finish up? But like you wouldn't want to eat them, would you? 4, 6, 8, 10. Mm, mm. Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah, he worked there for ages. That was when he bought his first house, I think, when he was working there. It was good money. I suppose it's just a thought. People don't want to work there. You know, it's just the same as any other job, isn't it? Has its good points and its bad points, I suppose. Oh, Janet, what are you doing? Concentration would be a help. And it's raining again. Soft fruit drink with the juice of grapes, raspberries, black currants, and black carrots. Oh, I don't know whether it's got carrots in. It's very sweet, although it's I get the low sugar one, the one with the blue top, which I think it's still got whatever's in it, aspartins and stuff like that. I know what's a black carrot. I don't know what a black carrot is. Are you sure it says a black carrot? Have you looked on Google? Like a purple carrot. Oh, right. Well, it does look a bit purpley when you think about it. It's not quite as tasty as it used to be. Probably because they make them take things out. Like I've been trying different kinds of ginger biscuits because I like a ginger biscuit, and half of them don't taste of ginger anymore. Yellow carrots. You can get all colours of tomatoes, can't you? Marks and Spencer's used to sell like multi packs of tomatoes, and they were all colours. These tomatoes, there were black tomatoes, and oh god, that was somebody with a noisy car just went past. There was black tomatoes, yellow tomatoes. They were all different colours. Marks used to do them. Not our Marks, but big Marks. Yeah. Ours is only a small Marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You grew some 2 years ago. What, black carrots? Yeah, I never knew that years ago. I always used to think there were different coloured peppers. There was yellow ones, green ones, orange ones, and red ones. I never thought they were all the same. My tomato plants got finished off in all that wind and rain, yeah. Oh, the orange carrots. That reminds me of the film, was it called Fried Green Tomatoes? I never watched it, I don't think, yeah. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Sorry, people, my back was hurting. Yeah, there was a film, wasn't there, called Fried Green Tomatoes. I'm going to try to grow something. I want to get raised beds if I can afford them. You know, that I can actually, deeper, that you can actually grow veggies in. I couldn't afford them this year, so maybe I can next year. We've got a man shed across the road that makes different things, so maybe I can, get them to make me a couple of raised beds, yeah. I'm not very good wielding a hammer or anything like that. I know you can make them yourself if you're clever, out of these pallets and things like that, but I can't get down there. You grew your own. My mum used to love stem ginger. Oh gosh, she loved it. That uncrystallized ginger. She used to love it. Do you remember when we used to make our own ginger beer? You had this like starter, didn't you? And you put it in this starter. You had to keep using it over and over again. I can vaguely remember that when I was a kid. That you made your own ginger beer. But ginger biscuits today don't taste of ginger. I've bought about 3 different kinds. In fact, I've got a pack on top of the microwave there. They don't taste of ginger. I'm sure my taste buds are not that bad. But they used to be really gingery, really tasty. It's like other things, that you can't have this flavouring, you can't have that flavouring. That flavouring's bad for you. That's not right. And we muck about with our food. I mean, I've always had Baxter's soups. And I got a minestrone the other day and it tasted of nothing. It was watery. And there was hardly any veg in it. And it had no salt and pepper in it. It was tasteless. I know, maybe I should, Dottie. I'm a bit lazy. I'm definitely going to start making my own soup again. That soup was absolutely flavourless. And it's the dearest of all the tin soups, that Baxter's, yeah. But it used to be really, really good. Now it's getting to the winter. I'll be making me soups. If you make a nice thick soup, you can use it for meals, yeah. Carrots and ginger. Yeah, I love ginger biscuits, yeah. They used to be, they used to call them ginger crisp. And they used to have little bits of ginger in them, in the biscuits. They were thin, ginger thins, I think they were called. Ginger crisp. Oh, proper gingery. Baxter's is the most expensive of the soups, yeah. So I was really disappointed in that minestrone. There was hardly any veg in it. It was all watery and it had no salt and pepper. Yeah, wooden vegetable pie, yeah. You remember ginger thins? They were nice. And you could get chocolate ones as oh gosh, they were lovely. Dark chocolates. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get my soup maker out again. I make vegetable soup. I've made carrot and lentil. I think it is. I don't like coriander, so I don't make carrot and coriander. But I've got a few soup books up at the top there, so I'm going to get them out and start making some sort of leek and potato I like as well. Hi Nancy, you crocheting bookmarks? Oh yeah, I've got to make some things for a Christmas bazaar at the church that I go to the knit club of. I'm trying to think of little bits and pieces, like key rings and bits and bobs, yeah. Because people don't go to these things with money, do they? They just want things for a few pennies, don't they? So I'm not making them anything big. It's soul destroying when you make something and they're selling it for less than you paid for the wool, so I'm not making them. Oh, hello, Swiftotopia. Thank you very much. If you think I'm going to be shocked with horror, no, I'm not. So buzz off. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I made those crosses and threaded the ribbon through, yeah. Yeah, no, I made some like scarves, that. Well, thank you very much, but I don't think so. Oh dear. Yeah, I made some like scarves and they sold them for um, less than a cost for the wool. Chris, whistle while you work. Obviously, some poor deluded soul. We haven't had any for a bit, have we? We've done right well, haven't we? We haven't had Prince Charles on and things like that, have we? Oh, this is one of my favourite necklaces, this one. Absolutely love it, yeah. And my sweater's going a bit fluffy, actually, but it doesn't show too bad. You can see it's got a halo, as they call it. In other words, it's gone fluffy. I love it when people make things and they say, oh, look, it's got a halo. And I'm thinking, I think it's gone fluffy. I'm always there trying to get the fluff off, when you get lumps and clumps on it, Always trying. I'm frightened of shaving it, one of them shaver things. I'm frightened of doing that in case I cut it. Once you cut it. I've got a little baby cardigan that's done all in different colours, like blocks of different colours. And it's having to finish up on my doll because when I was sewing it up, I was snipping a thread and I snipped it right in the middle of the back. I mean, I've darned it up, but you couldn't sell it to anybody. So it's on my doll now. So my dolly got a cardigan. When I say me dolly, it's me dolly that I use as a prop, to sell the baby cardigans with when I used to sell them, I've got about 20 in the shed I need to put on eBay. I'll be out. Baby cardigan Sheila. Got more than she's got, I think. When I knew I was moving, I was just using my odd wells up making baby cardigans. But can't, I mean, Etsy, oh dear. I mean, poor Jeanette from Crafty Clegs. She was upset because they took so much off her. You know, all the sewing bags and things she makes, you know, the project bags. They take so much off her. She was getting upset. But they make more profit than we do. It's not on, you know. I know it's a commercial concern, but they just don't like crafters at all. You know, they fleece you. When it first started up, it was all right. They used to charge, yeah, fair enough. But it was a decent percentage and you could make a profit. But then they got greedy. I mean, Jeanette said they got greedy. The trouble is they've cornered the market, you know. But every time I put the telly on, you know, there's an advert, and those adverts cost a lot of money. So they're obviously paying for their adverts through us, you know. Do 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 do. Is it time for a piece of my Turkish delight? Shall I treat myself to Turkish delight, or shall I have a Coca-Cola instead? I need to do my injections as well. I'll get to the end of the row and make a decision. Shall I have a piece of Turkish delight, or shall I have a drink? Cast your vote. Fries Turkish delight from the fabulous East. It's the Sultan's favorite treat. Fries Turkish delight. It's not fries though. It's just Turkish delight. Fries one's got chocolate round it. This one doesn't. The biggest disappointment of my life was when I did go to Turkey, and I bought some Turkish delight from Turkey, and it was absolutely awful. And I brought boxes back for everybody, and it tasted. It was absolutely awful. Nothing like a Turkish delight. I was so disappointed. I brought it all the way back. In knitted socks. I've got knitted socks on at the moment, actually. For once in my life, I'm wearing some of my socks. I've ordered some knee socks, would you believe? Those soft top ones, you know, for diabetic legs. I've ordered 3 pairs of black to go underneath my trousers. I thought I'm sick of being cold. I mean, ankle socks, even hand knitted ones, are fine, but you know, there's that gap, isn't there? You know, when I sit on my scooter, my trouser legs go up a bit, so you get that draft that goes up your trouser leg and makes the bottoms of your legs freezing. So I thought, right, not having that. I'm ordering some knee socks. I could knit them, I suppose, but then again, no, I couldn't. I'd have to knit an awful lot of leg, wouldn't I? Yeah, I remember that advert where she's wearing a veil or whatever it was, wasn't she? Dancing around for the Sultan. They always made the harems, didn't they, look very attractive. They were always gorgeous looking young girls dressed in floaty things. Or have I watched too many Carry On films? You know, there was never a load of ugly old things. And when you think about it, the harems must have been like all age groups. You know, if the sultan or whatever he was called was an old man, he must have started off with these young girls when he was young, and then they'd grown old, yeah? So do you think the harem must have had a few old bats in there as well? Yeah, I'm onto the grey bit now. I've got a bit to go before I get to the dark grey. It's got to be a big, big show. Right, I think I will have a piece. Now, my Turkish delight is that. Oops, can you see? Sorted flavours. It's just little squares covered in that. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, time to wear mixed socks, yeah. I think the best socks are those that they wear in Scotland, isn't it, with the kilts, yeah. Those big, thick, wintry socks, yeah. I'm going to have a piece. Lemon. It's lemon, actually, but you can't tell, can you, because it's covered in icing sugar. Can't have many of them, too sugary. Cover them up. I love them, but I can't have many. Don't know how many calories is in each one. I daren't even look. I wish it would stop raining. I'm absolutely fed up. See a bit of sunshine, you know. Yeah, that advert where he used to sneak in wearing black. I mean, now you'd be a pervert or a burglar, wouldn't you? And all because the lady likes, no, it's been milk trade, isn't it? Where he used to sneak in, climb through her bedroom window and leave this box. I mean, now, goodness, he'd get done for burglary. I mean, can you imagine coming in? All on your own, living on your own, you come in and find there's a box of chocolates on your bedside table. It's just, oh, hi, Julie. You'd be a bit freaked out, wouldn't you? Have you charged up then, Julie? She was going to come on before, but she only had 1% on her phone. So she couldn't come and join us. Look what I'm doing, Julie. I wanted a grey now. Not the dark grey. I'm onto the pale grey. Oh, that's very chewy, that Turkish delight. Why is security like? Oh, Colin, you mean it's Colin next door keeps bringing me? Yeah, I mean, it would freak you out, wouldn't it, if you came in from a night out or something and you walked in your house and you lived alone and you find that there's just a box of chocolates on your bedside table. It'd be like, help! It'll be 999 job, wouldn't it? Somebody's been in the house. It amazes me, though, this, Julie, why they started off with the dark at the top and then they went to the light. You would think they would start with the pale pink, wouldn't you, and work their way through to the darker colour. But hey ho, ours is not to reason why. Ours is just to do or die. It's just the way my tin pot brain's thinking. I've been thinking pale going down as a gradient. I'll be doing these virus shawls in my sleep. I keep looking at other patterns and then going back to this one. Because I know how to do it without thinking, I don't have to think. I don't have to look at the pattern. They're a bit tight, must have had big calves. I've got big calves. I always have trouble with winter boots. I mean, I don't know whether I still would now or whether I've still got big calves. I used to blame it on ballet dancing here, the Sugar Plum Fairy here. But I've always had big calves because of that, yeah. Yeah, so they had you knitted 4 pair of socks for nothing, yeah. My mum knitted a pair for somebody's wedding. All cables and everything. Woohoo! I've never knitted anything like that. I just knitted ordinary socks, yeah. I never knitted them for my ex-husband or my son because they didn't like them. Oh my, this cake's been like barf. As the cake's shunted like that, it's gone in. It was all right for the first 2 or 3 colours. And then when as it's sort of fallen in on itself, it's gone into knotty bits. Yeah, we've all had that. Not socks, but we've all had stuff. I mean, I made a load of baby cardigans and found that none of them had gone on the baby. They didn't have a label. They didn't come from Baby Gap. So the next 3 babies did not get anything made for them. It depends on the mum. I mean, some mums really like handmade things, and other mums don't want them near them. So I always try to sort of ask. It's like people who make blankets. I'm making this blanket for somebody, and I'm going, do they really want it? Do you ask them, do they want it? There's so many blankets that wind up in the charity shop. Or they maybe want a blanket, but they don't want the colours you've chosen. If they've got a neutral colour scheme and you make them a purple throw, it's just not going to get used, don't you? I mean, it would with me, because I like anything bright, but it depends on the person. I mean, I still treasure my blanket. I showed it to Linda when she came, the one that was made for me when I was 70. My subscribers on my YouTube all made a square. I made a couple of squares. And I think it was Sean started sewing it together as when she started to become ill. I think Kelly finished up sewing it together. And I still treasure that. It's beautiful. It's all different ones. The only thing I am upset about is because when they sent them the squares, they'd said who'd made what. And when it was stitched together, all the who made what didn't arrive to me. So I've got no idea who made which square. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you've only got to see these American thrifting programs, haven't you? and the blankets that are in there, the thrift shops, and they're being sold for about $5. And you're thinking, all that work that went in there, and obviously, and they look brand new. They don't look as though they're worn. And I'm like, well, sorry, but if I was making a blanket, I'd make sure somebody wanted it first. Yeah, I made corner to corner blankets for my niece's two children, but they did want them. And then I made this for myself in icky yellow. It's only a lap blanket, but that's as far as I ever go with blankets. Yeah, yeah, it's all right if they want them, Linda. I'm not suggesting that they didn't want them. It might be quick to do, but I hate them. I hate doing corner to corner. Everybody was doing them at one time, weren't they? Every time you turned YouTube on, there was somebody making a corner to corner blanket, and I'm like, oh, for goodness sake! I got sick to death of seeing corner to corner blankets. I mean, now it's phased off a bit now, isn't it? I mean, it's like this virus shawl. I only made them after everybody stopped making them. It's like a rash, isn't it, on YouTube? Somebody starts making something, and every man and his dog has to make one. The only thing I've sort of subscribed into is the hexagon cardigan, but not great big floppy things. I like mine to fit. I don't like huge, big, oversized things. Yeah. My friend's into doing them blankets. It's what's it called? Not mosaic crochet, where you have to stand back to see the picture. She did one for a friend of mine with got a cat on it. But when you close up to it, you can't see it's a cat. You have to stand way back from it to see that it's a cat. She did one with a log cabin on. They're meant to be more like a wall hanging, really, I think. But I've not done any of that. I've not done that. I've done fair owl crocheting, or colour work, as Americans insist on calling it. But I haven't done that mosaic. No. Oh, it's still throwing it down. How can we be short of water? Well, it's never stopped raining all week. I've got a cardigan pattern with a big daisy on it. I fancy having a go at. It's got a great big daisy. It's green with a white daisy on the pattern. Obviously, I won't be doing it in pale green, but I see so many gorgeous patterns though, and they're always done in 4-weight wool. And I'm like, oh, it's too thick. I like double knit. So many American patterns are done in 4-weight. So I have to size up and do, like smaller hook and bigger size and try to get it the right size for me. I mean, double knitting is thick to me. This is supposed to be iron, but it's not. It's double knit. I don't like anything. I mean, I don't mind crocheting with this. I watch some lasses, the younger lasses that do the crocheting videos, and they're going, "Oh, it's so thin, this wool," and it's like double knit, size 3 if you're in America. And they're going, "Oh, it's so thin, and it's on a 4 millimeter hook, so thin hook." And I'm like, "What?" A thin hook to me is like a 125 or a 150. That's a thin hook to me. Lace weight wool. I don't know why everything has to be. And when they were making clothes in that, that big blanket wool, I'm like, ugh, baby things in blanket wool, give over. It's all right for a blanket, but not for a little jacket. For goodness sake, the child would be like that. Anything for quickness. Must be more money than sense. Because the thicker the wool, the more wool it takes, and so therefore it must be the more expensive. Yeah, the babies must be like Marshmallow Man. They must never get their arms down. They must be like that, and the pram hoof because they can't move. I like babies in thin, fine knitted things. When they're tiny, I mean. Yeah. My son used to have all very fine things. 4-ply, or what you would call fingering if you're in America. And that's what he had when he was newborn. Because even double knit was thick on him. Yeah. Doodly doo doo doo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. A new post is in a group that you have interacted with. Oh, you do. Yeah, that Michelin. What does he call the Michelin man? Oh, stop it. He keeps telling me this. You have interacted with a group. Yeah, all right. Maybe I said I like something. Don't have to keep telling me. Yeah, that's what he called the Michelin man. It was all on the Pillsbury dough. With a few fellas round here that look like the Pillsbury dough man. They're going to be the Pillsbury dough men. I wish they'd wear their t-shirts long enough. I don't want to see their belly hanging out on the bottom. Yeah, my mum used to knit socks on her. She had a sock knitting machine. I wish she'd never sold it. It was one of those metal ones that went round and round. And she used to refoot socks because the legs would be fine. People used to bring them back to her when the toes and the heels had worn out, and she used to refoot them. My mum used to do that with my sleeves when I was a little kid, because you grow, don't you? I used to say to her sometimes, Mummy, why can't I have a sweater that's all one colour? Because, of course, she wouldn't have the same colour wool. Or if she did have the same colour wool left over, it wouldn't have faded, because obviously it was wool back in the day. When you washed it, it lost its colour. There wasn't the fast dyes back in the day that there is now. Man, you're talking about that, some of the hand-dyed yarn, when you wash it, the colour bleeds out of it. And you finish up with something a lot paler than what you started off with. It looks very, very pretty when you buy it, until they don't set it properly. These amateur hand dyers. If you don't set the colour properly, it just leaches out. And every time you wash it, it leaches out. I mean, the people who do it for a living, theirs is all right because they know how to set it properly. I've never ever wanted to hand dye. That's one thing I've never wanted to do. Kelly had a go at it, if you remember Kelly. Kelly used to dye sock wool. don't know whether hers used to bleed out. I don't know. I never asked her. But I've never wanted to do it. No, no spinning. I've never wanted to do spinning. I mean, one of the ladies, I used to belong to a knit club in Bolton. And one of the ladies there, she actually lived on a farm, so she had the sheep, yeah. And she used to bring me spinning wheel sometimes to knit club, and it was fascinating to watch her. Never wanted to do it myself, but it was fascinating watching her. I mean, Leslie, doesn't she not quite enough yarn? She does spinning. I've never really wanted to do that. I mean, Amora's having a go, isn't she? She's putting the wool in like a jar. But I mean, she's only going to finish it with one skein of yarn, isn't she, when she's done? And it's cost her a fortune to buy that jar and the dye to put in it. And I'm like, no, I'd rather buy one, you know. I'm just not that bothered about dyeing my own, yeah. I'm a lazy soul, I presume. I'd rather buy it. And I'm not really in a financial position to buy the hand dyeing stuff. I buy a skein when I go anywhere, just as a token, like you buy yourself a souvenir when you go on holiday. If I go to a yarn fair thing, I buy one skein usually. But I must admit, when I went to um, the one in Blackpool, I was just so overwhelmed. I didn't buy anything. There was just no variety, really. It was just stall after stall after stall of hand-dyed yarn. And you start off, oh, that's pretty, oh, that's pretty. By the time you've gone round, you're like, oh, God. And I just could not pick one because I couldn't. There was too much choice and too many. And unless you know exactly specifically what you're going for, you just get overwhelmed. I did the same when I went to the last time I went to Yarndale. I went all the way around and I finished up buying a crocheting book that I finished up giving away because it was one of those Janie Crow ones. And oh, you know, I like granny squares, but these are very intricate, beautiful, beautiful blankets she does. Janie Crow, if you've ever seen any of them. Absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I think I've actually still got her books, if I remember rightly. But they're too intricate for me, and you know, if you got the right colours, each square is quite a biggish square. You got about 10 colours like in one square. And she does them in such really lovely colours that all go together. I mean, it's like that blanket that everybody was making. What was it called? It was the name of somebody. And if you did it in the absolute beautiful colours, it was gorgeous. But I've seen some horrendous ones on YouTube where they were just using stash, I presume, and the colours just did not go. Something World, it was called. You had to buy the book, didn't you, to get the pattern? And everybody was making them. Some of them were gorgeous, really lovely, coordinated colours, beautiful. But obviously, some people must have been using oddments that they got, and they were horrendous. Yeah, Sophie's World or something. Yeah. Well, Janie Crow's is like that. If you get the right colours and they go together, they're beautiful. But I can imagine somebody thinking, "Oh well, I can't afford. I'll use what I've got," and I'm looking horrendous. Yeah, I don't have the dedication to do anything like that. It's not that I couldn't do it, I just don't have the dedication. But I tell you which one was horrible. Do you remember was it the gingerbread one? I think Davina gave up with it, didn't she? Because she said it was horrible. Um, it was a kit thing. I think it was last year or the year before. Gingerbread or something it was. It was really horrendous, that one. It had all like panels and pieces, and everybody was saying like it didn't fit together very well. You did it all in separate pieces and joined it, and yeah, that gingerbread, it was horrible, wasn't it? I don't know why they wanted to do that. It was terrible. I mean, like Davina's done some lovely blankets in her time and that, but even she said that was awful and she left it, didn't she? I don't think she ever finished it, to be truthful. I don't think she did. I think Jeanette started it and left it, didn't she? I know a lot of people started it and a lot of people didn't finish it, yeah. And it was a kit you had to buy. It wasn't cheap, was it? I think Wool Warehouse did the kit. I'm bad at things like that, you know, buying a kit for stuff. I've not seen that one, no. I don't, like, I really don't do blankets, as you probably gathered, yeah. I don't have that staying power. I get really, really bored halfway through something big. So it would just get stuck in a bag and get stuck somewhere and never get finished. I'm not a big project. I'm a wearable person. I only really wear things to wear, apart from shawls. I'm not very good at making anything. I'll do a baby blanket, but the other blanket I don't like is, you know, the one that's in points and stars, zigzags. And I'm thinking, how can you wrap a baby in a round blanket with zigzaggy bits sticking out of it? You can't put it on the cot, can you? Because it's a wrong shape. And it's not really big enough to wrap a baby in unless you have a premature baby or a doll. And everybody was doing them, weren't they? My mum made my son a round shawl. In fact, it got thrown away when we moved, but that's another story. And it was odd. I couldn't wrap him in it. He was a big baby. So he was too big for it. I couldn't put it on the cot. I think I used it for his christening and I think that was it. I don't think I used it at all. It was brand new and it got thrown away when I moved. But that's, as I say, that's something I'm not going into because it makes me upset. Could have gone to a baby that, you know, could have been given away, but never mind. Oh, I'm onto the darker. It's going darker grey now. So I never crochet round shawls. It's still flipping raining. Oh, for goodness sake. I lie in bed listening to the rain and I'm like, oh, go away. I want to put earphones in. It absolutely depresses me when I hear rain. Some people like it, I don't. Never did when I was a kid. Is it wetter up there you are? The Lake District's notorious for rain. They always say that's why we've got good complexions up the north because we don't get dried up. It's that all the rain keeps us hydrated. Yeah, it's going darker now, the grey. Can you see it's starting to go? I'm not up to the dark. I think it's almost black, really, isn't it, the dark bit? So I'm getting to the darker grey. I had the silvery grey and now I'm getting to the darker grey. I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. Oh gosh, I've got to unwind myself out of my blanket, haven't I? Oh, there's my blanket. Well, it's a lap blanket, really. I made it in yellow because I used to go singing in a choir thing called Harmony and Health. And yellow was their colour. Yellow is not my colour. It was a yellow t-shirt, a yellow fleece. I gave both away when I left. But I made a yellow blanket because it was always freezing because we used to sing outside. And I was always cold in my scooter. So I made a yellow blanket and then I left the group. Oh dear. Oh, because when we got the dogs, my son was working and my daughter-in-law used to go to see her kids on a Tuesday, and I didn't like the dogs being on their own all day. So I wasn't all that fussed about what shall I have? A Pepsi. I wasn't all that fussed about the singing anyway. It was called Harmony in Health, and it was meant for people of all age groups, but a lot of them were, how can I put it without being rude, mentally challenged, let's just say. And not only did they not sing in tune, they didn't sing the right words, and they didn't sing at the right time as everybody else. So I got a bit fed up. There's my blankie. That's as big as I've ever made one. And luckily it's stretched, so it's bigger than it was when I started. Yeah, they used to sing, bless them. And then they'd be clapping off the beach, you know, and I thought, do I really want to go to this group? I thought, no, I don't. There we go, Pepsi. It's a diet one. Well, the tap water here tastes completely different to Manchester. But the tap water here is better than the tap water in Fleetwood. The tap water at the bungalow in Fleetwood was horrible. It tasted like chlorine. It was like swallowing the baths. I mean, my son said it was just me. No, it's all right, Mother. Oh, I couldn't drink it. It was horrible. Here's not too bad. But my friend had her son. She had him tutored in, I think it was maths because he was not getting the hang of maths. So she got him a private tutor that used to come once a week. And he used to come with great big things, containers for water, because he used to say how nice the water tasted in Prestwich. Well, there you are, people who like to do blankets. Chris has found you some. I must look for one. I used to make one shawl in particular, and that used to be nice. I've done a few, and I can't remember which pattern book it was in. It's probably on my Ravelry, I used to list my pattern books on Ravelry. So I could probably find it on there. I have so many pattern books, and when I came here, I just shoved them all on. When I was in Fleetwood, I sorted them out and put like the babies' ones there, you know, the things there, shawls there. When I came here, I just ran them all on the shelf, higgledy-piggledy. They really need taking off and sorting out, so that when I want a shawl, I can just go and get a shawl. You know, the shawl section's there, a section's there. So they really need sorting, and I just haven't got round to it. There's a lot of things I've just not got around to since I moved here. I've never got round to sorting out the garage, and I've never got round to sorting the patterns in the garage. You know, it's a lot of things. Maybe the winter when I don't go out so much. Maybe I'll do. I mean, Val, you know, of the fractured shoulder, she is the one who's going to help me set the knitting machine up. I mean, I've had knitting machines in the past, but I've completely forgotten how you set them up. So I was hoping that, you know, by the winter, and also I've got the doll's house still to do. So I've got the doll's house to do, the garage to sort, the knitting machine, and to sort out the books in my bookcase, book bookcases I've got. I mean, Linda will tell you how many books I've got. I showed her. I just had a thing when I was, you know, when I had more money. I used to buy every crochet book that was going, you know. So every time there was a new crochet book, I had to have it. The fact that I've hardly crocheted any of them is neither here nor there. Will I part with them? No. Will I sell them? No. When I die, my son will probably throw them all down the tip or something. I have told my friend Sue, you know, in Scotland, I said, Sue, get yourself a big van, come down, take my books, take my wool before my son sets fire to it all or something. Charlie Banana. What's Charlie Banana? Oh, oh, oh dear. It's got to be big, this. But it squashes up if you want to make it into a scarf, yeah. That's why I don't mind crocheting fine. I still got to finish that emerald green cardigan for myself. I'd have a feeling that I haven't got enough to do 2 long sleeves, yeah. My Aladdin's cave, yeah. I've got nobody that's to leave mine to. Nobody in my family is interested in my collection of crochet books. I mean, if my son sold them on YouTube, he could make a fortune. If he only sold them for £1 each, he'd get about 200 quid. That's about how many books I've got. I've never counted them. I bet I've got about 200 books. And I must have about 1,000 patterns. If I did a video like Sheila did showing my patterns, I'd be there for about a month. I've got 2 big totes in the garage just full of patterns, and then I've got all these folders with all the different patterns in. Linda's seen how many I've got, haven't you? I've got thousands of patterns, thousands. And I've sold a pile of them. I sold all my magazines when I came. And the ones I didn't sell, I gave to Sue in Scotland. She got a massive big box full that I gave her of Simply Crochets and things like that. I got rid of. And I've got a whole wad of Simply Crochets again now that keep arriving. And I don't even remember ever paying for them. They keep arriving every month. And I never crochet anything out of them. Yeah, all the binders. I've got binders. You know how many I've got, Linda. I must have about 30 binders with patterns in. You know, big A4 binders full of patterns, as well as 2 great big totes. And I mean really big totes full of patterns. And that's not withstanding all the crochet books I've got. But I do need to sort them crochet books out. I mean, I need to be ruthless and say, right, you are never going to crochet anything out of this book. Just sell it on eBay. If I only got a few quid for them, it'd all help towards my teeth, wouldn't it, you know? I'm very bad at parting with things, you know, like that Marie Kondo. And she said, if you hold something and it doesn't give you joy, get rid of it. All of my wool in my stash gives me joy. I'm not getting rid of it. I'll give it to people if I know they're going to use it, but I will not get rid of it. Yeah. You'd have been in that garage all year, never mind about all week, Linda. Even I don't know. I do actually know what's in that garage. I can tell you what's in it, and I know if something's not there. But there's certain ones in the garage that I will never get rid of because it's ice yarn and things like that, or American yarn that I cannot get anymore, and that I won't give away. People can have anything, but they can't have me ice yarn and they can't have me American yarn. It might be red heart, but you're not having it. I used some red heart in that purple thing I've just finished. No, it wasn't red heart, sorry. It was Karen Simply Soft. Yeah. I made it. I got given some purple mohairy type wool with eyelashes on it. And I didn't have enough of it, so I had to let in some plain. And this was, I think it was Karen Simply Soft. Where's it gone? That colour, plain. I don't know if you can see it or not. That colour there, the plain. I had to let it in it. It's only finished up as being short sleeved, and I decided whether to put buttons on to keep it warm, keep me warm. But it actually wants a wash because I think she'd had it stored, the lady who gave it me. So it smells a little bit funky, as wool does when you've had it forever, you know. I think she'd had it for a bit. It's emu, I know that much, with all these little eyelashy bits hanging on it. Do you remember when it was all the fashion? I knitted cardigans in it and you pulled all these tassels through to the right side, yeah. Yep. It's purple, but it's got bits of colour in it, greens and colours. You can't see it, can you? It's a colour and gold. It doesn't show up at all, does it? It's a colours and greens, yeah. She's got no right putting me on a yarn ban. When it's donated, it does not count. You didn't buy it, so therefore she's got no right to tell you can't buy anything else. She's bossy, your daughter. Tell her. If it's an acquired stash, it does not count. It's like all that wool I bought just recently. I didn't need it, no, but I liked it. And I've saved £72 by buying it when I did, because it's gone up to full price now. So therefore, yay, go me. Yes, I didn't need to buy it because I've got to save up for my teeth, but that is not the point, is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I just got look on all the money that I saved by buying it when I did. Yeah, poor Val was crocheting a sweater and she can't finish it now, can she? Because she's in so much pain and it's her right arm. So she doesn't know when she's going to get back to her crocheting and knitting again. That's the worst. When you're a crocheter, it's like when I had my carpal tunnel done. I was only about a couple of weeks before I managed to start crocheting again. I mean, they told me 6 weeks. I thought, yeah, it'll be yours, yeah. Right, you're talking to a crafter here. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, my mum used to say it's not like it's going to eat anything. No, Linda's daughter bullies her. She bullies you, Linda. She bullies you. Tell her no. Janet says, stop bullying me. Telling her she's got too much stash. No such thing. Too much stash. What's a dirty word? Rinse her mouth out. 2, 4, 6. She's just jealous. Exactly, yeah. Well, when she sees a partner needs yarn, say, up yours. Go and buy it. Don't be giving her any of it. I have spoken. It was gifted to you, not to her. Don't give it her. Tell her go buy her own. That's my sentiment. I hate it when people say to me, I've got too much. Ooh. They cannot be crocheters if they say you've got too much. Yeah. I mean, I might be 100 before I've used all mine up, Chris, but I don't mean toilet paper, I mean my yarn. But I'll definitely die trying. I mean, I've been quite good, actually. I haven't. Yeah, your yarn ban is lifted. We have decreed. Dolly and I have decreed your yarn ban is lifted by the power of us as the yarn witches or yarn fairies, whichever way. We have lifted your ban. Your ban no longer counts. A higher court has decided. It's gone to a court of appeal. We have decided your yarn ban is lifted. I've not bought much. I bought that Wicked, but that's because I liked it. And I didn't buy the next second lot of Wicked. I'm crocheting that, by the way, as well as this. I didn't buy that second lot of Wicked. My niece did. So I think the only yarn I've bought while I've been here, apart from the Wicked, has been that what I bought when I showed you those 6 colours. But it was a bargain. That's all I can say. It was a bargain. Yeah, yeah, we've done the sort of hizzy, whizzy, let's get busy. Sooty and sweep. It was the only puppet that never spoke. He used to whisper in his ear, "Oh, you what, Sooty? You what?" Very crafty. And the other and Sooty and Sweep. Sweep used to squeak. So he made a fortune out of never being a ventriloquist. He used to whisper in his ear, "You what, Sooty? What do you mean? Oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah, right. Money for a rope, wasn't it? When you think about it, I could have done that." He made a fortune out of that Sooty and Sweep. Or just get a bigger tote and hide it on top of the wardrobe or something. Get a tote that you can't see through. Put it under the bed or something like that. Susie was the other puppet. Yeah, we've lifted the ban, tell her. The court of the Saturday night crafting crew has lifted the ban by unanimous decision. Yeah, get a tote or something, hide it under the bed. You've got a bed in the spare room, hide it under there. She starts nosing under there, she's too damn nosy. You can always put it in the bathroom cupboard, hide the towels. There's lots of places you can hide things. Trust me, I know when I was married. Woohoo! Yeah, the Wool Wizards. That's a good name for us, isn't it? The Wool Wizards, yeah. Who wants to join the Wool Wizards? Woohoo! It's a wonder he's not Moffat in the original Sooty. I think Arian used to have a Sooty puppet. Or was it me? No, I think it was Ian. Yeah, hide it underneath a load of sex toys, and then she'll think you're just a madam, and she'll not inquire anymore. Just put the wool at the bottom, put some things on the top. When she opens up the bag, the box, she's just say, "Yeah, well, it's my new hobby. I'm a madam." The Cynthia Payne of Kilmarnock. Oh dear. Well, that's your fault for choosing the father, Linda. It's like me, my fault for choosing ours. Still, I was young and silly, but never mind. It's another story, isn't it, for another day. As I say, I could paper the wall with things I've done wrong in my life. Must be nice to live your life and never have done anything wrong or made a bad decision. Wonder if there are such people where everything goes right and, they never make a wrong decision. Some people seem to lead a charmed life, though, don't they? Where everything that they touch goes right, yeah. Is that a knot? No, it's just a little blip. Where everything they touch turns to gold and everything I touch turns to dust, but that's by the by, yeah. Oh, yeah, you get used to it. You get used to disapproving looks, I just ignore them. My life, I'll live it how I want. What do they say? I gave birth to you, I can take you out, yeah. No, I just don't bother. It's like when I went to that snotty knit club. Not anything like I've been to. I mean, I'm talking about another one I used to go to, where they used to look down on you because you used acrylic yarn, yarn snobby people. Didn't bother me. I used to think, well, up yours. I'll carry on doing what I want, not dictating to me. It was different when they wanted me to make them something. Oh, it was different then. But they used to look down their noses at me because used to crochet with acrylic. They all had husbands who had loads of money. Yeah, it's like those couples who say, we've never had a crossword. And I'm like, really? Which one of you's the doormat then? One of you must be. These 50 years of marriage and we've never had a crossword. A liar. Somebody must be muttering under their breath then. Or somebody's too scared to argue. Never a crossword. But there's a lot of people thumping things and sticking pins in dollies. You know, those wax dolls you stick pins in. I think somebody's sticking a lot of pins in my dolly. Wish they'd take the pins out my back. That's all I can say. Yeah, voodoo. I think somebody's got one of me. With the stick pins in. When I'm laying there in bed going, ow, 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 I think somebody's sticking them in. You know, when you're lying there and you decide you're going to turn over and you wish you'd never bothered. I still do it like unconsciously, you know, you're laying in one position and you think, oh, I'll turn over. And oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I just stay where I was comfy? Why did I have to turn over? But you sort of do it when you're half asleep, don't you? You don't think. I should have those things, you know, sewn into my nightie like they used to do for snorers when they used to sew tennis balls at the back of your pyjamas. You know? Oh, some people are snobs in these knit clubs. I mean, the ones I go to now are great, yeah. They don't look down their noses at anybody that knits for anything, yeah. But I went to a couple before, oh dear. Ladies who lunch, you know. I must find my splints again. I usually splint my fingers to keep them from curling. I must do that in my sleep at night. And then in the morning I can't open my fingers. I've got splints, I must look where they are. When I moved, I put them, I lost them. Well, not lost them, that's wrong. I've sort of seen them since I've moved, so they're not lost, but I can't remember where I put them now. But I used to sleep with splints. You know, they've got a metal down, all the way down, that stops me from closing my wrists. I need to dig them out again because I'm clenching my fists again. You rebooted your pull-through sage shawl. What, you've undone it, you mean? You've redone it. I've got so many cardigans and stuff that I don't wear, and I'm thinking, what the heck can I do with them? And I don't fancy undoing them. Oh, you ended it. It's like the Stephen West fan club, you know, the ones who knit every single shawl he ever makes. Some of his shawls are nice, but, you know, I wouldn't want to do every one of them. Some of them are like hanging on his every word, aren't they? Can't wait for his new pattern to come out and knit every single one of them. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, how many shawls do you need? I can't use the furls hook. I know they're expensive. And Ephraim gifted me one. It's a beautiful hook. I won't part with it because he gifted it me. But it's too heavy. The handle's very heavy. I can't use it without it giving me armache. I mean, there's that alt knots she calls, that she has every furls hook going. She buys the whole selection. Every time they bring out a new collection, she buys the whole collection. Every size in it. She must have more money than sense. You know, I like a certain kind of hook, but it's just my preference. I never say, oh, you can't use this hook or you must use that hook. It's just a matter of preference. It's the way you crochet with it and what feels right for you and your hand. But that furls hook for me is too heavy. And yet I know loads of people who actually love them. All right, thank you, Julie. I'll have a look later, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tell you which I don't like. Those that they carve out of bits of, what do you call it, bark and stuff, seawood or something, and they're all knobbly and that. And I'm thinking, how the hell can you hold them without making your hands hurt? And I can't use the ones, that have got beads and bubbles. Can't use them. You usually see them at yarn fairs, don't you? Yeah, it was too heavy for me, needed. I just couldn't use it, that furls. And yet loads of people swear by them and they're very expensive. I mean, I was so thrilled when Ephraim sent me one. Couldn't wait to use it, and I thought, oh, can't use it, it's too heavy. I never told him, I hope he never finds out. Yeah, we've all got our preferences, and I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. Yeah, I like the bamboo. I've had to get the soft handle ones in some sizes because the bamboo seem to be increasingly hard to find. I can find a lot of them on Etsy, but they want £16 for postage from America. I mean, the hooks are reasonably priced, but I'm not paying £16 for postage. It's only a blooming crochet hook. It cannot cost £16 to post it. But they're harder to get in the UK. I mean, some I've bought have actually come from Germany, but at least the postage is cheaper if they come from Germany. I've got most sizes. I just get upset if I lose one. I've tried loads and loads of hooks, and a number of times I've given them away. It was Kelly that used to like, oh, what were they called? Not clover. Oh, they had like navy blue and white latticey kind of handles on them. And I bought a set of them. They were quite cheap. I bought a set. I couldn't use them, so I gave them Kelly. They were like a kind of plastic hook. What were they called? They're quite famous. I've got my tulip hook that was sent to me by Doris Chan for my 70th birthday. A pink tulip hook she sent me. Doris Chan. Yeah, I mean, there's all these tariffs now as well, import duties. That's why I've had to stop ordering ice yarn and hobby yarn. You don't know whether you're going to get stung for customs, do you, and all that. I mean, the postage is horrendous. But if you get over the postage, then you don't know whether it's going to get stopped at the customs. That's why I won't part with any of my ice yarn. People say, oh, they sell it on eBay. Yeah, they sell all the stuff they don't want. Prim, that's the one, Julie. I couldn't use it because it had like a plastic hook. But Kelly loved them, so I gave them to Kelly. There's always somebody that needs a crochet hook, so if it's a brand I can't use, somebody's starting off crocheting or something. It's like the bamboo hooks. I put them all on one. There was a little young lass starting crocheting at the library, and I put all my like bamboo ones together to give her, but unfortunately she's not been back. She's only a young lass, and she was doing all right with the crochet. One of the other girls was teaching her. No, I'm not importing things. It's just killing it all, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for, is it people in Australia and that they can't get a lot of the wool anymore, a lot of the yarn. You know that she used to be Bob Wilson 123. She's called Claire, I think now. Claire. She was saying that she can't get. Well, obviously she can't get whatever because they've shut down now. But she couldn't get Michaels or she couldn't get anything else, and she can't get. I think it's Hobby or is it might be Aisha because of the tariffs they've imposed in Australia. She was saying she's limited now. She can't get a lot of the stuff she used to get. I mean, at one time she was an ambassadress for ambassadoress, whatever, for Red Heart at one time, wasn't she? When she was Bob Wilson 123. I mean, she's still Bob Wilson 123, but she's changed her name to Claire's Crafts, I think she's called now. I met her, she's a lovely lady. So you feel sorry for the people who can't get things. I mean, I don't know how Secret Yarner is getting on because she buys ice yarn by the bucketful, doesn't she? Crochet with Claire, I think that's what she's called her, yeah. Lovely lady. Really nice lady. I mean, to say she was so sort of big and famous when I met her, she's so down to earth, she's so lovely. You know, some of them get above themselves, don't they? You know what I mean? But she's not, no, she's really nice. Yeah, Crystal. She called Crystal a Krista. Secret Yarnery. I mean, she buys shed loads of stuff from Aisha. I mean, she's out in Kenya, isn't she? I don't know how she gets on with. I know she used to have it sent through somewhere else, didn't she? She used to send it somewhere, and then they used to pack it up and send it to her. She did explain it one time in one of her videos, how she gets it. Yeah, Krista. I don't know how she's managing now, whether she can still do it that way. But she used to buy absolute boxes and boxes full of ice yarn, didn't she? I don't know how she's doing with the tariffs, whether they've got import duties and that. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm using it, as you can see. Yeah, she has it shipped and has it repacked. But I mean, I don't know how she gets away. Well, she might have to pay these tariffs. It depends where she gets it shipped to, doesn't she? I know she gets Amazon shipped somewhere else and then shipped to her, doesn't she? But I know people like, the Crochet Rocks was having trouble, wasn't she? Because she sends a lot of yarn to America, that buy from her online shop. I think she's found a way around it now. But she was saying at first she couldn't send things. And it was the same with Stitch by Mrs. D. She was saying that she couldn't send her bags that she sewed, she couldn't send them to America. I think she probably found a way around it now. But it's just difficult. Yeah. I don't know why they have to make things so difficult. I mean, a couple of my orders from Aisha years back got stopped at customs. Somebody sent me a box of stuff from America one time. I can't remember who sent it me now. And I had to pay, I think it was about £26 customs to get this box that they'd sent me. And I felt awful because I didn't tell them. Because, it was a gift to me. And I felt terrible, that I'd had to pay £26 to get my own gift. Yeah, well, that's where Claire's from, Crochet with Claire. She made a video saying she was really struggling because she couldn't get all the yarn that she wanted to anymore. Yeah, the Chinese and the Japanese get away with sending things all over the place, don't they? And they must be able to get around these tariffs somewhere. I mean, we're not too bad here in England because, well, Britain, I should say, not England. Because I can buy mostly what I want here. Admittedly, most of it comes from Turkey, but, I can get, most of the things I need here. We do have quite a good selection, in the online shops we've got the Naked Sheep here in Cleveland that's got very good selection. Yeah, you had a busy day, haven't you, Julie? Yeah. I did pass on your regards to Val, by the way, Julie. And she said thank you very much, yeah. She sent me a message saying she was going to bed because she was in a lot of pain. And she wouldn't be on the live. And I said, that's fine, it's okay. We all understand, Poor soul, what a way to spend your blooming birthday. Yeah, I'm still on the darker grey now. I shall let you know when I've finished it, Julie. I'll show you a picture when I've done. I don't know whether I'm going to do this whole cake because it's getting ever so big, this shawl. I think if I do the whole cake, it's going to be enormous. It's got a lot of yards on this cake, hasn't there? We shall see how we go on. Until we're reaching the floor. It will reach the floor. Yeah, I'm doing my niece's wicked jacket as well at the same time. But I'm trying to do this. I don't like putting things down because when I put things down, I tend to not pick them up. I've got 3 things now on the go. I've got that emerald green that's been on the go forever, ever, ever. The reason why I stopped doing it is because I don't think I've got enough yarn to do long sleeves. And it's bugging me that because I don't really wear short sleeve cardigans. So I don't know. That may not get finished. Well, it will, kind of, yeah. I'll have to wait and see. I started doing one sleeve, but I'm like, have I got enough here? Have I got enough? It's difficult to weigh it and measure it when it's on a cone because you've got that wooden, the cardboard cone in the middle. So you can't put it on a scale and weigh it. I'd have to break the yarn I've got and wind it onto a cake to see how much yarn is left. I suppose I could do that really, couldn't I? Take it off the cone and do it on a yarn winder and then see how much I've got left, whether I've got enough to do 2 long sleeves. And I've got the borders to do as well. It's a bit of a conundrum. Or do I take the sleeve back that I've done? Because obviously I can't make it in a short sleeve because I started with the cuff, which is narrower, isn't it? whether I take it off, sew it up, do the bands, and then see how much I've got left, as to whether, I've got enough for long sleeves or short. I suppose somebody would wear it with short sleeves. Maybe I would wear it with short sleeves if it's summer. Summer. We're back to summer again. I think what it was, you see, I've made a cardigan, but it was a full cone, and I don't think this was a full cone when I started it. I think somebody had already had some off it. It was a donated one. So I think somebody had made something off it, and it's not a full cone. That's where I made my mistake. Never mind. We live and learn. The Wicked is Signet Boho Spirit. And the colour is Wicked, yeah. It's mostly greens, but it's got like magenta in it as well. It's supposed to be, each colour is for a different witch, according to Nathan. I got mine from Wool Warehouse. It's $3.99 a ball. It says it's Aran, but it's not. It's double knit. Val found another site that sells it cheaper, but you had to buy 10 balls of it to get it cheaper. So it just depends whether you need 10 balls or not. I only needed 6, you see, for my cardigan. But it was, well, call it £4 a ball. So it was 6 fours, £24 plus postage, unless you make your order up to £30, and then it's post free. But Wool Warehouse, you have to spend £30 to get post free, which was not hard for me to do, of course. And in actual fact, I didn't go on to buy that Wicked. I went to buy 2 more balls of pink, if you remember me knitting that pink sweater, which my niece said, that is not you. You are never going to wear that sweater. And I must admit, so far I haven't. It's hanging on a hanger. But I was running short, so I had to order. Well, I ordered 2 more balls. In actual fact, I only needed 1. But while I was there, I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the Boho Spirit. And that is when I saw the Wicked colour, and I thought, oh, I've got to have that. So from buying 2 balls of cheap wool, I finished up with £30 worth of wool. And then my niece saw it and said, oh, I like that. I really like that. So she bought her own wool, but I'm crocheting it for her. Other places sell it besides Wool Warehouse. It's just that I'm used to using Wool Warehouse, and I never have any trouble with them, and they deliver it quite quickly. But it's not the best or the cheapest place ever, but it's the one I normally gravitate. I mean, I would buy it at the Naked Sheep, but she doesn't sell it, so I couldn't buy it there. I will patronise my local shop if I can. She does have some good deals at the Naked Sheep, and she does go online, actually. But she doesn't sell the Boho Spirit. But she does have good offers on just ordinary acrylic if ever you want. I think she does Pato or Pato, whatever they call it. Pato, I call it. And Linda said she does that old-fashioned yarn that I made that blue shawl with. But I haven't actually seen that, but maybe she does it, I don't know. Yeah. I think Sheila just gets wool wherever she happens to land, doesn't she? She used to get from Wilko, I think, as well, before they shut. I think Sheila just buys wherever she happens to be, doesn't she? Plus, she gets a lot sent to her, donated to her, doesn't she? I mean, I was quite thrilled when I got this from Julie. I got some. Yeah, I never saw it when I was. I must admit, if I buy wool from her, I usually, get that double knit. The one that's 5 balls for so much, or the ones that were on offer. I didn't buy any, but I told my friends. I said to the lady at the Naked Sheep, I said, I might not buy things. I said, but I'm always recommending you, so a lot of your sales come through me, even though it's not me that's bought them. Because when she was doing those offers, was it 5 balls for 10 quid or something? No, it was 10 balls for £10, wasn't it? Something like that. I sent loads of people down. Loads of people bought it. My knit club ladies and that. We don't have a range. I think there's one in Blackpool, but I don't, not having a car, obviously I don't go. I mean, Crochet Rocks is always going in Hobbycraft, but I believe they really put their prices up. But the Hobbycraft again is not local to me. I'd have to get a car ride. But I tend to try not to look. I mean, I don't look when I go in Home Bargains, yeah. Yeah, I tend to use that, the cheaper double knit when I'm giving things away, like making hats and scarves to give away, or shawls, yeah. I've not been in Hobbycraft for a long time. They had one in Bolton, I think. I went in one time. I mean, the B&M in Cleveland has hardly any wool, and it never changes. It's always the same old stuff. And Home Bargains, I haven't really looked. I try not to look at wool. I've got a load of wool. So I tend to try not to look at it. I don't really want to. I've added to my stash. Yes, I know I have. But I try not to, really. I've got so much to use up. But if I need a specific colour, you bet your boots I don't have it in the garage. I think that when I bought some wool, it was because everything was still packed away. I'd packed it all away, ready to move. So I hadn't got access to it because it was already packed in bags and that. So it was only when I got here I could unpack it again. Because don't forget, I was supposed to, well, you don't know, but I was supposed to move in November. But the bungalow fell through, so I didn't actually move until the end of January in a different place. That bungalow's still not been sold. The one that I should have bought, but the guy died, yeah. It's still not even up for sale. It's still just been taken off the market. It's still empty. So I would have had to wait a long time for that bungalow. And it was a nice one as well. All newly done. New bathroom, new kitchen. It had been, flipped. The bloke who died had bought it. He never lived in it. He just flipped it. Bought it, flipped it to do it. Renovated everywhere. It was been like moving into a brand new bungalow, really, but wasn't to be. It was number 13 as well. Lucky for some, unlucky for him. Yeah, I was telling my taxi driver the other day, and he lived back to back with it, the house I should have moved into. And he said, no, it's still empty. But he didn't know who the bloke who was selling it, because I said, what happened to him? He said, I don't know. I don't know the bloke who was doing it up. Said it was just some builder, some random builder that he knew. Still, it's nice here, it's quiet. My neighbour next door that joins on to me is as quiet as a mouse. And they're nice, the couple that share the drive kind of thing with me. They're not bad. Except when he revs his Porsche up at silly o'clock in the morning. Apart from that, he's all right. But my neighbour with the security light, I never see him hardly. I see his car go backwards and forwards, but I very rarely see him at all. He's a perfect neighbour. He's as quiet as a mouse. I was dreading moving in, thinking, oh my God, what if it's some old dear that's deaf? It's got the telly blaring out watching Coronation Street or something. I thought, I'm going to hate this. Anyway, no, he's never in. Oh my goodness me, look at the time. It's the witching hour. I'll get to the end of this row. And it's beddybo time. Were you glad to get back in your own bed, Linda? She's just been to Blackpool for a few days. Gosh, this is a long row. I'm never going to use all this cake. It'll be a massive, massive shawl if I use all this cake. Oh God, I wouldn't like that. That used to remind me. My best friend when I was a girl, a teenage girl, in fact, she was my bridesmaid. Her dad used to smoke Capstan full strength, if you know what that was. Really unfiltered cigarettes. And he used to get up in the morning before we got up. And he'd be dying for a wee. But he would go in the bathroom and he'd be coughing, coughing, coughing. And then he would light a cigarette up while he was in the bathroom. Oh, I used to hate having to go in the bathroom for a wee after he'd been in there. Oh, dear Lord. And he never opened a window. So he'd cough and cough and cough while he woke you up. And then when he went in the bathroom, you couldn't see where you were going for the fog of the cigarettes. Oh, my goodness me. Our air drone. Oh, wasn't that all this weather? They were supposed to have a firework display at Blackpool last weekend, but they had to cancel it because the weather was that bad. I don't know when they're going to have it now. You can't have a firework display when it's pouring down, can you? And it was blowing a gale last weekend. You couldn't have, it would have been not safe. You know, to light fireworks in all that weather. It was like when it was the kite festival, it nearly blew the kites away. Honestly, it's been dire this last few weeks. It nearly blew Linda off the prom. It's next weekend, is it? I just hope it's not raining then next weekend, yeah. Yeah, you know, you can't schedule anything, can you, for holiday makers? They might have booked, you know, to have a holiday to come and see these. Then they get here and they're cancelled. I mean, it's nobody's fault, it's just the weather, isn't it? Do, 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 do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, my back's itching again. Here we go. Again. Well, I've got halfway. Look how big it is. I can't do all this cake. I've still got yards and yards left on the cake. I haven't even got to the dark grey yet. Or the black, whichever way you call it. I can't keep going on. I'll have to finish before I get to the dark bit. I dare pick the cake up because it'll fall apart. I'll pick up the cake to show it. I've still got some of this grey and a whole lot of black. It'll be the biggest shawl in the world. I know I like a big shawl, but that's ridiculous. The time you've blocked it. I haven't been able to block that blue one because usually I wet them through and peg them on the line. Not been fit. I mean, my laundry, I've put that in the conservatory, but that's just laundry. But I like my shawls to like drip, you know, to block them out. Because I've got nowhere to block them. I can block them on the bed when they're damp, but not when they're wet through. I mean, I put them on towels, obviously, but I still don't want a wet through bed. So I put them on the line until they stop, you know, they dry a bit, dripping and that. And I've got this multicoloured one and I've got the blue one to block. Mind you, Val was going to take them for me to Sue to take to the old people. But of course, Val's out of action now, yeah? Oh my goodness me. Thankfully, we get high wind in the UK. You know, things do get damaged. But luckily, we don't really get. We've had mini hurricanes, I think, but we don't get huge hurricanes. And we only get mini earthquakes as well, thankfully. I'm not saying no damage is ever done, but we don't get them like you do in America. Have I got to the middle yet? Have I got? Oh, I've got past the middle. I was hoping I got past the end. I'm going to see how big it is when I finish this pattern tomorrow. See how much more I'm going to do. It's getting very big. Oh no, I couldn't be coping with that. I know I've got insurance, but I mean, still wouldn't want to lose my roof. I mean, luckily most of our houses in the UK are built out of brick, so they tend to weather the wind quite well. We don't really have wooden structures or things like that. I mean, I'm watching a couple building a house in Canada, and I'm like, well, they wouldn't get away with that over here because, they wouldn't be able to build them like that. I mean, Canada's can be cold, can't it? And I'm like, it's a wooden structure. I mean, they are putting loads and loads of insulation in it, but I'm still looking at it thinking it's like the house that Jack built. There's the bricks. It's not even concrete. I think it's mostly bricks. Mostly wood, I mean. It looks very flimsily built, to me anyway. But I'm no builder. It looks like a glorified garden shed to me. Oh, my spine is hurting. This chair is comfy, but it's not comfy when I sit on it for hours on end. It strikes through my coccyx. Chairs were never as uncomfortable when I was heavier, because I suppose I had more fat cladding on my bottom. But now I've lost a bit of weight. Oh, the wind's blowing up a bit now. My wind chime keeps crashing against the window of the conservatory. It's all tangled up again. I'll have to get out when it stops raining and untangle it again. I bought a pretty one rather than a noisy one because of my neighbours, yeah. But it gets tangled up. It's on threads, like these glass things that are on threads. And it gets very tangled when it's been windy. I have to get my little ladder and untangle it all. Oh, don't know who that is at this time of night. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of noise actually, because I picked it especially. Because my neighbour, when I lived in Prestwich, I mean, she was lovely, my neighbour, the lady who died with cancer. But she'd hung a blooming noisy wind chime on the tree that was on the boundary fence. That blinking thing used to drive me nuts. And I never said anything to her because, she got her own problems. Without me nagging her because the wind chime were driving me nuts. So when I came here and I wanted a wind chime, I thought I'm going to get a pretty one, but one that's quiet, yeah. bought one that was like all tubes going down, and that would have been really, really noisy because it was metal. But I've hung that in the hall. It makes like a chandelier thing coming down, so that doesn't make a noise. It might do if I left the front door open and it was windy. But when I saw it, when it arrived, I thought, oh, that is too noisy to hang outside. So I hung it inside instead. See, I do think about my neighbours. I'm a good neighbour. When I moved in, we had the dogs here that day. My neighbour that way said, they're not yours, are they? Because Rosie was on top high alert. I said, no, they're not mine. No, this one just tinkles. The most noise it makes is when it's windy because it crashes against the glass. That's the most noise it makes, Chris. Apart from that one, it's nice. It just makes a gentle tinkling. Right, look at that, how big it is, and I'm nowhere near the end of it. Oh, it's going to have to finish. I can't do all of that. I just can't. I'll pick up my back. Look how much is still left. I cannot put all of that in that shawl. It's just going to be enormous. I'll get to the end of this grey, I think, and then I don't think I'm going to get to this black. Well, it's dark grey, and then it goes to black at the end. There's like a dark grey there. That's the next colour. There's this grey, which I'm using now, and then there's a darker grey, and then there's black. But I don't think... Yeah, this one's all like tubes, the one I've got in the hall. But, yeah, it's called Yarn Art. Julie sent it to me. Yarn Art Flowers Moonlight. She sent me 5 of them. Yeah. Very kind of her. But it's going to be too big. I think I'm going to have to stop before I get to the black. Otherwise, I'll be dragging it on the floor behind me. I'm not that tall. Righty-ho. Who sent me a message? Let me have a look before I say goodbye to everybody. Oh, it was Julie. I think she's sending me a... It's called Yarn Art. Oh, I don't like picking it up because it's going to fall apart. Yarn Art Flowers. And it's got about 1,000 meters on it. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you reminded me, Chris. I'd forgotten about that. Oh, Julie said she'd sent me a picture. If she has, I haven't got it. No. If she sent me a picture, I did not get it. I'll tell her tomorrow. She'll have gone to bed now. Oh, God, I've got all these people. All these notifications. Honestly. Flipping heck. Get rid of that. Oh, honestly. Not looking at them. Not tonight, I'm not anyway. Might look at them tomorrow if they're still there. They might have disappeared by tomorrow. They do sometimes. If you don't look at them, they disappear. Right, I'm going to go now, and I will take my injection now. I'm glad you've reminded me, Chris. I would have forgotten. I would have gone to bed and forgotten all about it, and I'm already late. I should have took it this morning. So, I'm going to take me poorly back to bed. Poorly back to bed, yes. Because it's just giving me the... Chris knows what I mean, don't you, Chris? It's doing that now, and I daren't move. I'm going to have to move, but I daren't move because it's hurting. But I'm going to go. So thank you all for your company. And if you haven't watched my other video, I made another video. So if you got that to watch. Did you know, Chris, I made another video earlier on today. So you've got double me today, aren't you? Yay! So don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to hype me, I'd be very grateful if you hyped me. I don't know what it means, and I don't know where the hype button is, but if you want to hype me, please, yeah, hype me up. And if anybody'd like to buy me a coffee, thank you very much if you do. Yeah, you know, back pain, don't you, Dolly? I daren't move. I'm going to have to psych myself up to get off this chair. Right, bye-bye, everybody that's left. I'm not going to name you all, but bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for your company. And don't forget to watch my other video. If you don't watch it, just thumbs it up, will you? You know. Or if you don't want to watch it, just let it run in the background. Every view counts. You know, you don't have to watch it, just leave it running. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, you've been watching Mean Queen Super Scrimper, haven't you? Toodle-pip. If you haven't watched Mean Queen Super Scrimper, you should. She's funny. She's funny. Bye, everybody. Bye now. Bye.